Do you know, nobody can really see or know what I'm thinking right now. I move my hand to the left, I move my hand to the right. You wouldn't think it would be going up and down on the screen. I move my hand up and I can move my hand down. Look what's happening, right? Because I'm not holding it the way my brain keeps my hand. But look at those 11, a short one and a long one. When it's a long one, what is it supposed to say? What is the square supposed to say? What's going on? I have no idea. So these are the questions I ask myself. And who is Carl's son? Or should we just look at that word or flip it upside down? Let me see if I can move that, which says our, means our son. Now, you would look at R and L and you would say it's R and L. It's real. R and L, the vowel family of R is A. If I need to put it back in order, it says real son, our real son. So what does the A and the C stand for? Liberation Tour. What are the letters actually? Let me see if I'm a little tied up over here. Books on top of books, yes. Hey, Tammy, I came on a little bit early and I'm having trouble. I might take 2 minutes out because I'm having trouble with Rumble. So I think it's very important because YT, everybody know what YT is? YT, the YouTube channel, is not letting Rumble upload videos, not just my videos, but just videos in general, just like that. It's I don't know why or what it is, or I don't remember and I can't explain it properly. So I'm just not going to live streaming. Let me see. Okay, live streaming. Static stream key. So I get a static stream key. I'm going to get it here. I'm going to go over here to my StreamYard destinations, and I'm going to edit the static key, nickname stream key. See if I paste that in and see what happens. See if that's going to work. Ooh, says it's working. So let me check it out. It might not, oh, no, maybe it's not working. The Rumble Live, let me see, it's not working. Maybe I have to open up a page, live streams. Is it this one over here? It says 15 seconds, 1 second. I'm just trying to fix this page. I have no idea what I'm going to do tonight, but I'm just trying to fix my Rumble page. So just give me a second over here. Something's missing. I'm not sure what it is. I can't figure out what it is. Where's my hat? I usually don't like to come on unless I'm wearing a hat. So I don't have a hat, so I'm just going to put on my sweater. I just hope I don't toast. I hope I don't toast. I'm always a little bit nervous when I know people that are on at the same time. Yes, Tucker Carlson. So many years ago, okay, many years ago, there used to be a show, and the show was something in Ohio, the WKRP in Ohio. So now in my work, WKRP, and for those who don't know what I do, that's okay. I used to not know what I'm doing. Now I know what I'm doing. I'm creating pieces that I can put together like a puzzle, pieces and parts. And sometimes I have the head of the bolt, but I don't have the rest of the bolt. I see the head of the bolt and it doesn't have a hole in it. So that means it's not the nut. It's the head of the bolt. The head of the bolt doesn't need to have the donut hole in it, but the nut needs the donut hole. So we have to understand the equipment, the tools that we have, that we use today, because we give these tools names. We give these instruments names. And I have to match up all the games that were ever created, every letter that was ever created, every letter that ever was ever created has, you can draw, right? When you draw a shape, letters are shapes, and when you connect, I need to connect. Oh my God, I'm connecting with a straight line. So now I got a line, and if I connect to one area space, that's a dot and a line. And according to the Mayan, what the Mayan do is they put dot, 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 and then they put a line. And that's the way they count. 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, 4 dots, 5 dots. Now, I'm not sure if it's 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, 4 dots, or 5 dots, or is it 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, 4 dots, or 5 dots? Or maybe they're counting down. Are they counting with the fingers up or counting with the fingers down? And you might say, what's the difference? The difference is the words you say is the difference. So what's going on? Is the clock turning clockwise? Wait a second. When I do this and I look at my screen, I'm actually going counterclockwise right now. So when you're looking at me doing this and I'm actually going clockwise, let me see the clock. Yeah, I'm going clockwise. So are you seeing me going counterclockwise right now or clockwise? Because I'm looking into my screen. I want to know what it shows on your screen. Other things that I wanted to mention besides Tucker Carlson, besides WKRP in Cincinnati, we have to understand all the characters on there. That's going to take us somewhere. I don't know where it is. Everything I'm doing right now is I'm hoping others will come on board with me and we can do this together, right? That we can do this together. Did you ever see skip rope? Skip rope, you need to avoid 5 elements when skipping a rope. And that's where the pentagram star, the 5-point star comes in. You see, you have to jump over the rope. You see here, the rope can be like this, right? But if your hands were over here, you'd be turning the rope around and around, right? We'd start over here. Anyways, forget about that. I have another piece to show you that I saw today. I'm hoping to find it. Where is it? Just give me a second. Give me a second to find it. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of that. Oh, here it is. There it is, right there. Does anybody see the 2 pyramids, right? And does anybody see where 1 and 1 creates 2? See, here's pyramid 1, and then here's pyramid 2. So here's 2 pyramids. And then is it life that is created between the 2 pyramids? You can see there's a bird, right? They just cut it off, but there's a bird on top of that. And the way 1, right, becomes 3. See the actual 3 over here? I'm just trying to look a little bit deeper. I really wasn't sure what I was coming on to do. I have a book here from this company called Newsvine. I'm not really sure when the book came. It's a page, and I'm not really sure when it came out. There was one part done by a woman named Jean Dixon, but she had passed away, I think, in '98. And this Newsvine that had, for me, was very pertinent information, just disappeared. So I looked up online and I found out that NBC and WNBC or something bought it out and shut it down. And just before they shut it down, I was able to get a few hundred pages out of it. And I'm missing a couple of pages. They were talking about, I mean, you can find some of the stuff. You got to buy it in books and you probably can't find it. Let me see if I can just see one piece in here. Let's see if we can get this out. Over here, they're talking over here. I'm not sure. You see, I wasn't supposed to come on yet. I wasn't prepared to come on yet. They're talking about the end time that's going to kill 1.5 billion people of humanity. They're talking about the times around this time. They're talking about the um, mythologies, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, derived from an Old Testament teaching about dual messiahs, the ideas of two messiahs, like that's coming right now. Um, I'm just trying to look, see if there's anything else in this. I think I skipped a page. 1 second. Yeah, I skipped a page. Give me a second. Not too happy. Never happy when I don't come out here and put out information. You know what I'm saying? You know, I had some inspiration. I had a thought, right? I had a thought in my head and it went away. Just give me a second. 4, 5, 6. I don't know why it disappeared on me like that. Well, wait a second. Oh, maybe it's here. 1 second. See, I'm missing this page, right? I'm missing this page. And it says the good Antichrist born October 14th. It's supposed to be October 4th. Okay, we always have to take away sometimes 10 or add 10. So 4 to 24. 4 to 24. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to 6, equals to 8, equals to 14. It's only going to be at one side of the gateway. 4, this is the way it works. When they talk about Q, 1 and 7, right, it's made up, the average of that is 4. And then you get your zodiac sign, 7, 4, and 1, 12, 7, 4, and 1, 12. 74 is energy, 47 is time, 47 is John, 47 is rock, right? So when I'm showing here, I'm missing 3 pages. I don't know where they are, but this is when B and O was born, Barack Obama, right? And this is not 1960. I don't think this is 1963. I don't know. I really don't know. I know I printed the book in 2008, right? I printed the few pages out in 2008, right? I think it says News 2007, but this might be the title of what it is. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Funny that the bottom of the page says 7:17. That's another thing I wanted to speak about time. When you have 1 hour or 1 minute, right? If you have 81, it's actually a minute and 20. It's actually a minute and 21 seconds. But you can also look at it as 121. If you look at 1 minute and 11 seconds, right? 111. Then you can also be looking at 71, which is a gateway. Why is it a gateway? Why is it a gateway? First of all, many things. When you take a cube, let's, for instance, take the 6 cube. I'd really like to know where my Rubik's Cube is. I'm going to take a look for it in a minute. Could be in my car, right? So when you see 6 here and you flip it over, there's a 1. So I have to create the whole thing. So for me, this can either be what the true 7 is, or it can also be talking about 2 and 5, 7, 6 and 1, 7, 2 and 5, 7, 3 and 4, 7. So this might be talking about all 3 because it's not possible. The 7 can also be talking about this. Why? Because it has 2 dots, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dots open. That's what it might be talking about. I don't know. I'm just telling you what 7 possibly can be, and I'm not the final word. Okay. At the same time, that 7 can just mean this one over here. So if I have this dice here, if I drill the hole through here, it'll come out here and show 7. If I drill the hole here, 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 and here, 7 will then come out on this side. Always 7 of 9 and no more. There are two sides that will be 7 of 9. It will be this one here, and it will be this one here. All other sides will be 5 of 9. So what does that tell you? It tells you there's 4 areas on every single side that will not be covered. And then on this one over here, there's 2 areas on every single side that will not be covered. This is your dividing gate. It is also division between night and day. Did I get that right? 1/3, 2/3. I'm gonna have to think about that one. I have a question for myself in that one because I always use night and day as this. Because this equation comes out perfect to where we have 1 times 8, and here we have 2 times 8, equaling to what is 1/3 of the part, and here is what 2/3 of the part of what is 24. 1/3 of 24 is 8. 2/3 of 2/3 of 24 is 16, and this is what makes it up. This is where I find my gate, and I find my gate here because 1 plus 6 equals to 7. I now have 7 and 8 coming together. Well, why is 7 and 8 the gate? The reason why 7 and 8 creates the gate, you can have 6 and 7 also, the high gate and the low gate, right? Well, 7 and 8 is the gate. It comes out of one door and goes into the next. And how this works is, let me explain it. The 17, 1 times 7, 7. 1 plus 7, 8. So now we understand our Q gate. This is where G and H comes in. It sounds like F, right? It sounds like 6. Sounds like the letter F. GH together, we have the word laugh. There's other words where it sounds different, where it's silent. And that would be in the word thought. So we have to understand the differences between the two. The other reason why, I'm just trying to remember, where else does 78 or 87 go? Just give me 1 second. I'm thinking of something. Let me jog my head. 7 and 8, okay, is also to do with the 1 dot. The 1 dot we're going to use as a complete area and say this is the 1 dot. When we have the 1 dot here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 1 dot and with 8 space or void. In the 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7. So we have 7 here and 8 here, noted to be what is 1 and 2, or A and B. A and B are coming together all the time. They come together all the time. Either it's A between B, or if it's B, there doesn't have to be an A, but there has to be, and there's always an A in front of B, but it doesn't show it that way. Here's your A. There's no A in B, but it shows up in C, 3. A and B equals to 3C. So when you have creation or spirit in the house, you have 3. Singularity, 7 and 8, the gateway to the heavens of birth. And the other one is 7 void. See the 7 areas over here to the area center over here. 7 void. This one is not void. This one here, put it over here. You don't have to count that as the 7th area, but it's the 7 total that's over here. This 8 will overlap these 2, giving you 2 and 8. These 7 will overlap the 1 over here. 51, 84. I'm not sure if it's done like that on purpose. This one, 84, represents Pluto. This one over here, 51, represents Mars. Why? Everything is 3. I multiply it by 1, I multiply it by 2, right? And then I multiply it by 3, then I multiply it by 4. After that, the numbers do not go higher. The numbers break equal, and then they descend. Once you get to 4, that's the most you can go. 4 is the highest you can go, creating a mirror. Not by my choice. This is mathematics that does it. Nothing to do with me. Okay, I'm going to get to that in a minute. Just give me a second, Sophie. I saw what you wrote, or Lisa, but I didn't understand it yet. I'll get to it. I don't want to lose my trend of thought, and I already did. So I wish I had my Rubik's Cube. So we have to understand 7. We have to understand 8. We have to understand 1. We have to understand 2. Just to note that man is number 28. To note that there's 28 days in the cycle of the moon. We also understand that 2 and 8, we can use it as T and H coming together. But when we work with numbers, we have to use all the numbers that go to 28 by addition and multiplication. By multiplication, it's 7 times 4. By addition, it's 1 plus 17, 2 plus 16, etc. We also have 99 minus 82 equaling to 17. So we have to understand and see all the numbers that go along with it. But not only that, we also have to understand that with 99, 9 and 9 is 18, 1 and 8 is 9, 9 and 8 is 17. So now we have 9 and 8 returning to 17. So we can create a reduction, but then we have to create the equations that go along with it. First of all, we have to understand what should we do with the equation of the multiplication of finding 99? Well, the multiplication of finding the number of 99 is 3, 3, 3. And everything runs in that cycle of 3, 3, 3. Why do I say it? 3 by 33 equals 99. So now what I have to do is, once I have that, I'm going to remove 16 from 33, and I'm going to create my 17 from that. So I'm going to have to now understand my 16 and 17 coming together. 33. Just let me get this 1 second. I'm going to just check this out just to say, hi, anything you need to know, want to know, something I can possibly create or understand. I'm hoping that I could. When it comes to verso, if you're looking at a word as a word, it means to go towards, which is ver. You have to say verse. Is that to verse, like to spill over? It's in French. Spill over some water. Verso. There's also a verse. Okay, so something that goes in a verse. The other thing that goes with this is worm and green. It also, the dream also goes with this. The réveiller, maybe to wake up. Okay, you're living in a dream and wake up. When EAU comes together, A, E, I, O, and U, those are 3 vowels. If I had to reverse E, A, and U, and what do they actually mean? What does E, A, and U actually mean? I mean, we would have to do an analytics on the alphabet. Alone, I only can tell you the minimum. I'm telling you the minimum of everything that's out there, just the minimum of everything that's out there. When you start with a V, okay, isn't it funny? In French, it's just, for me, I can't get it through my head, is that the word for this, okay, is a die. It's a singular die. Now, you don't die in death, you die in death, you die in death. But it's a die. So when you say die, the IE is used for a word as an example. The D letter in die is also a Roman numeral for 500, which is 1/2 of 1,000. It's 5 times 100. It's 10 times 50. It's 50 times 10. It's 100 times 5. So also we have to understand the denominations. Where should I be going with this? Where should I base my denominations on? What should I base it on? Then we have to go through games and understand certain games that have certain denominations. Monopoly. When you land on go, you get 400. When you pass go, you get 200. To start off in free parking, which is the 21st property, 21st dot on the cube, right? Which is 20 on the dice. You get 500. When you land on somebody's property that owns electric company or waterworks, I think you pay 5 or 10 times the amount. So we have to understand all these terminologies in order to induct them into the game, into the script. We have to create a program in which inducts our obligations of all creation right down to the arbit, which is the judge. And the minute you say judge, you can absolutely forget the judge in court. We're going to go to the judge, the truest of all judges, the one that can't take any sides. And that's the judge in the game of hockey or football. When it comes to baseball, it's a little bit different. I'm not sure of the uniform, but baseball has to do with the berth in the quarter house. When you look at the baseball stadium, it's 190-degree angle. So you can put 4 baseball stadiums into the house, but maybe you need a parking lot. Maybe that's where free parking goes. In Monopoly, the 31st area is go to jail. Regardless, you land, but in order to go to jail, when you begin, right, not starting at go, it is the 31st property. It is 30 when you are sitting on go. Also noting, let me look to see, do I have Monopoly on here? I always, for some reason, I'm always behind when, let me see, Monopoly. So let me look that up. Okay, I got a Monopoly game. Yoo-hoo. I'm very excited. It's very small. I got a very small Monopoly game. Not fair. Oh, it's getting bigger. I'm getting it bigger. Okay, got it bigger. So I am thirsty. I need to take like a 2-minute break, but before I take a break, I just want to tell you, anybody has to go to the bathroom, go ahead. I'm not looking. Okay. I'm going to just make myself maybe a cup of something. It's going to take 1 minute. I want to talk a bit about this Jean Dixon. Jean Dixon. I'm hoping to find her numbers to understand why is it in the 7th month that the Mashiach should come, right? The Mashiach, according to Jean Dixon, is coming in the 7th month, the month of Tishrei, according to the followers of the moon. So I'm on to a little bit of everything today, even the Eskimo and the Husky and the Igloo and Leshev. Okay, we're coming back. Okay, the water is boiling. I hope I didn't empty my head when I went away for those 2 seconds. Let me see. Is it that? I think that is something to do with like I like you, like that. I think that's what it is. I mean, before we talked like this. How many you want? How many do I want? Your hand, my hand. So if I had to count my fingers on my hands, maybe we're going to jump to that for a minute while I'm waiting for my coffee. Let's count our fingers for a minute. Just give me a minute. We're going to count our fingers. We're going to start with the thumb. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have the other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we have the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But wait a second. That's not true. That's not good. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because my feet are in the middle, right? My feet are here. My hands are by my side, unless I'm crossing my hands. But it really doesn't matter. Let's just forget about that, right? If I count this finger here, or if I start counting here, right? But I can also start from, here also. So if I start from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there we go. We got number 5. But what if I started with 1? I got number 1. Oh, wait a second. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 10. I got 5. I got 6. Let's start again. I got 5. I got 10. What about these are my hands? What about my feet? So I got my feet here, and then I got my other foot here. So now I got here. So if I go here, I got 5, 10, and this one is 11. And then this one 12, 13, 14, and the next one is 15. And then, whoop, it's also 16, and it's also 20. So 1, 5, 6, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 ways to call these fingers over here. And what would be the total? 36, 46, 51, 62, 68, 78, 79. Is it 84? Let's look at it again. 6, 7, and 6 is 13, 14, 15, 16, 22, 33, 43, and 5 is 48, 58, 64, 74, 84. Pluto is also 84. You can have 4 by 21 equals 84, and 3 times 28 equals 284. So we're going to go on to the next one. We're going to go on to this finger over here. So we're going to end up with 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 5, 10, 11, 12. 5, 10, 15, 17. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And then we're going to go 2, 12. Oh, yes. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to add these up. 11 and 7 is 18, and 14, 32, and 12 is 44, 54, 61, 71, 80. Is that 84? Did I make a mistake? 2 and 9 is 11, and 7 is 18. 18 and 14, c'est 32, 42, 43, 44, 61, 80, 84. Look, we got another Pluto. And don't forget, how many times do we have to do this? Because once we go to 420, right, we have to check this out, if Mary is with Jane, right? Because this equals to 24, 4 and 20, and 4 by 20 equals to 80. The total equals to 104. 104 in CB codes or A, B, C, D equals to 10, where B and C are the center to what is after the death and before the Christ, where A, B, C equals to 6, to where B, C, D equals to 9. How do I get these from numbers? Let me go check out my hot water, and I'm going to be back in a minute. So yes, we can do this also. We can do the separation thing also. There's a lot we can do, a lot to discuss. J'essaie de rester dans le concret. Qu'est-ce que tout le monde peut dire? Oui, sûrement, we need to have, on a besoin d'avoir 100, pas 100%, mais une bonne 90 probabilité de l'obligation, ce soit mathématique à 100% ou que la situation peut être acceptée par environ 90% de le monde. Pour remettre le monde en ordre, to put everybody in order, we all have to believe in that truth because man was made from the Creator. We are the end result. If we were made, is there the question that somebody was asked? Are we made and controlled by our Creator? Is there a limitation? How did this happen? How did they create us? How does the Spirit come down here? What's controlling all of this? If it's being controlled, are we being controlled? Or is this the theory of Darwin? Just over time, just part of the earth fell into the water and the sand picked up its head and it looked in the air and the wind blew and it blew into a person that looks like this today. That could have happened, sure. Okay, there's no one in control of us. There isn't no God, so there shouldn't be any war on God, right? And there should be more control of the people on this planet because we're all out of control, but we're not. And we can prove it. And we can add to 10. And there's been songs of proof, just ABC, Jackson 5. Songs have spoken of the future. That once you do the analytics of words and go back to the songs, you can tell alternative stories in the songs and look at all the orbs and look at all the where the light is over here. Look at the, can you see the energy? You see all that energy here? Look at my finger. Look in here. Watch my finger. See me dragging the energy? Does that, my hand just, the energy just turned to a particle. Look at those particles. An extension of my finger. Can I pick up anything that's floating? These are extensions of my fingers. Can you see it? What color is my hand? What color is my hand? Okay, let me, where am I going to, I have old tea here and I don't want to throw it out. I don't want to throw it out. Mother of all. Okay, made that glass dirty for nothing. I'm coming back. I'm not sure if I should be having tea or coffee. I probably should be having tea, right? I was going to have coffee, but I'm not. I'm not going to do that. I mean, I can drink it, and I don't know if it bothers me. Let me see if I do that. I want to see if it's hot. Okay, that's good. I will tell you, I'll be close to honest with you, that once I go down that little teeny rabbit hole that I'm with, sometimes it's really tough to do it. So I just lose myself. I'm not sure if I'm explaining myself properly. Just one second. We're going to get back to the fingers. We did the Pharaoh, I think. We did the Tucker Carlson thing. I have a number thing to do. I have this news vine of the coming Messiah. Now, does this mean anything? You know, there's this woman out there calling herself the Queen, right? The Queen of Canada, if you want to call it that way, or the world or the universe. And she came up with a flag, and the flag was purple. And in my work, it has to be purple. I mean, because that's the base color between purple and this greenish color. The other thing was it had to be born in the 7th month. I was speaking about the 7th month of the Hebrew calendar. I don't know what other calendars there are, and that is the month of Tishrei. Now, it had to be when I began this, it had to be indigenous. It had to belong to the Indians. It had to go back to where we came into creation with ET. It had to be Indian, indigenous. So when QR came out, okay, just the letters alone, 17 and 18 come out. They are the last half of the equator. Just the same way, okay, that 19 and 20 are the next half of the equator. And when I say the equator, is we were given rules and regulations to calculate. And when we do our alphabetical analytics, we will use the same rules and regulations to calculate as we would use in math or in anything else. Just because it's a letter, you say, well, we're going to change the rules. No, the letter came in a position, right? The letter is in a position, and the positions of those letters tell us stories. Now, sometimes I have complications with some of the stories because I need influx. You see, when I want to show you that there's also, when I speak about this, there's also situations that happen because they gave us all the pieces to the puzzle, right? But they didn't say in bag number 1, don't use bag number 1 when you're putting Legos together because you'll never be able to finish your Legos. Don't mix up the bags. Put together bag number 1, put together bag number 2, put together bag number 3, and then you'll get those Legos together. Otherwise, well, right now I'm working with all the Legos all over the place with pieces and parts because the alphabet, right? I know I'm jumping around. I'll get back then, but the alphabet has 26 letters as we know it. The English alphabet, the North American alphabet, it goes 1 through 13, and then it goes 14 through 26. The thing is, these two are odds and even. So there is no center to this alphabet, is there? I have to go odd, even, odd, even, odd, even. So what should I do to connect these? Should I stop at 12 over here and 15 over here? And this will be 3, 4, 5, and 6. Where do I lock the 13 and the 14 up together in the center? And everything ends here and everything begins here. Can we use this as the cap I? I'm not sure if you can understand why. I'm going to show you a small picture. Okay, so here's the small, I can show you this one, or I can show you, hold on a second, I'm just thinking of which other one I can show you. This one here. Okay, maybe I'm just take a look at this one. See the way it goes up to 7 and all the way down here, and it crosses over. See that nice Canadian flag in there? That's not because I want to put it there. That's because it ends up there. This is the exact design. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted that one. So this one is all the way up to 7, all the way down. See the way 1 and 1 is separated? I don't know if I should have separated it this way. Hold on a second. Can I take a screenshot? Just 1 second. I want to take a screenshot. And I'm copying something. Hold on. Okay, copy. Just give me a second. Hold on. Paste. Okay, so I want to show you this. Let me see if let me take away that for a minute. Yeah, I want to show you this. Boy, am I all over the place. No, I hope you can follow me. All right, so what I do is whoop, that's not what I want to do. I want to, okay, I'm going to take this. And I'm going to move it here. Okay, now I'm going to explain this. See, here's the alphabet. 1, A, C, E, G, I, E, K, and M. Now, the reason I did this, okay, is in gematria. Let me speak to you. That in gematria, it's a different way of assigning. When I mean assigning, it means the letter A is 1, the letter B is 2, but when you get to the letter H, we don't go higher than 7. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then when N comes, quand arrive la lettre N, when N comes, it's 1 again. So I scratched my head. And the reason I scratch my head is how can I go linear or straight up and end up with a single number when they have to be next to each other because the letters were next to each other? So what I decided is I'm going to go by 2. So if I went straight up by 2, what do I do at 1? Well, can I skip every second one? And then when I get to N, stick it back together? Yes, I could have did that. I could have did that. Maybe I'm even going to try it. I don't think I thought of that before. Skip a square, go to the next one. So every time you get to only N, it'll skip a square. But in this situation, what I do now, right, is the 2 and the 4. The 2 and the 4 go right over here. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing you this. So first I want to see if anybody said anything so I can catch up. I'm going to do it with my fingers also. My tea is hot. And yes, Romain Didelo. Yes, let me get back to that. Let me get back to that for a second. So where did I put the Q and R? Yes, right over here. So the Q and R is right over here. This would create 8 and 9, creating high, like your highness, right? This is what they call a natural, the birth in the heavens. This will create Mars and the sun. These two will end up creating Mars and the sun. 51 and 54. They will end up creating rotation in 69. Where do I get this? Oh my God, how come? This number has to be multiplied by 3. This number has to be multiplied by 3. I'm going to explain this, okay? What happens is each one of these cubes, and this is only a base formation because there's other realities happening. Just like in this, changes all my stories around. I must go by the base alphabet and the base cube, because although you see this cube with 1 dot here and the opposite is 6, I have to take this cube, buy other cubes, and drill all the holes differently. 1 is here, 6 is here. Let me just show you real quick what I'm talking about. Although we have 1 and 6, 2 and 5, 3 and 4. That's base. I now have to go 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5 to this cube. I have to get another cube, take these away, put 2, take these away, put 3. So I need 5 cubes to go with this one. Then what I'm going to have to do is I have to do it with the 6. When I have the 6 on this side, what's going to be, no, sorry, with the 6. Now that I have the 6, I'm going to have the 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the opposite side. So when this is like this is like this, and we have to find all the oppositions. And then what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have the 2 with the 3, 4, 5 on the opposite side. Or why not the 1? Because the 1 is here. Why not the 6? Because it's over here. So now I need only 2 with 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to do the 4, okay, with, no, the 4 with 3, the 4 with 3, 5, but not the 6 because the 6 is over here. And then I'm going to do the 3. Will I do the 3 with the 1? No. Will I do the 3 with the 2? No. Will I do the 3 with the 4? No. Will I do the 3 with the 5? Yes. And that's the end of these equations. Now I have 3 with 1, 3 with 2, 3 with 4, and 3 with 5. And then 3 with 6. And then I have a 1 with all of them. Then I have 4. I have 1 with 4. I have 2 with 4. I have 3 with 4. I have, did I do number 5 here? Oh, I'm missing number 5. So I have 5 and 4 together over here. So let's see if oh no, I had 5 and 4 over here. I didn't need it. Error. Don't like making errors. So just to tell you, I need to switch around all the understandings of these cubes to understand that. And when you say Q, right, it's the angel Q. And these two letters together will represent the quarter or the body. These are the two soundings. Q, R, car, means the body. The rack, if you read it backwards. 17, the U and the A family, gold. U and A, that's their families representing the gold. So we're going to finish off. Let me see where I was now. I did the fingers. Oh, yes, I wanted to finish off with this. So let me have a sip of my tea. So here we're going to have the 2. Then over here, we're going to have the 4. Right? So let me do this like this. Here is 2. Je mets dans noir, eh? Here's the 2. And then over here, le 4. So the 2 and the 4, where your gateway is, it seems like your gateway ends up over here. I don't know why, right? 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 will create 8 and 6, right? And then we're going to have it, let me see. We're going to have 1 here, right? Let me see if I can just, let's see, we got that. We got the other one here. And then we're going to have 1 over here. And then over here, it's the same thing. We're going to have the, I can't see where my little mousey is. Someone's hiding my mouse. See, my mouse disappeared. You don't see it on the screen, neither do I. They play with me. Somebody's playing with me. Come on, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Come on. Okay, there it is. And here, we're going to go 4. And here, we're going to go 2. So we have 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So we ask 42 Hertz. Si c'est pour moi le 42 Hertz, c'est là. Okay, and now we have to get the 6. And the 6 is going to go here. And then the other 6 is going to go here. So what your 6 is going to do, it's going to join 5 with 7 with 5. You're 66. Now just for a small note, is if you want to see 666, it's right here. There's your, let me make that much bigger so you can see it bigger. Hold on a second. This in reality, okay, let me see if I can fix this a little bit better. That's 666. It is what it is. I can't tell you anymore, but I can tell you why. The 24th letter in the alphabet. X is the 24th letter in the alphabet. X is the 24th letter in the alphabet. But when you put, we're going to put it this way. Let me see if I have it already done. Yeah, I did it there, but I don't want to do it there. So when I put X next to X, 24 and 24 equals to 48. But at the same time, in between, I joined them with O. X is joined by O. The O is the 24th letter. Sorry, that's a big mistake. Sorry about that. The O is the 15th letter. 2 plus 4 equals 6. 2 plus 4 equals 6. 1 plus 5 equals 6. We have 666. And at the same time, if you're bowling, you have 10 here and you have 10 here. But in bowling, when you have okay, like in bowling, you get 10 and 10 for each, but you end up using what you get on your next 2 throws. So this automatically, just leaving it like this, will actually say 20 and 10. We must have our next throw in bowling, which is another 10, which changes this outcome. It becomes 30, and then this one becomes 50, and then this becomes 60. If everything ends right over here. So if we were bowling, then we would have to start in the 10th frame. We have to start our game in creation in the 10th frame with 60 seconds on the clock. This is your 1020 location. CB codes is a 1020 location, agenda 201. That agenda locates us on the moon at the gateway between what is 7 and 8 void to what is 1, a 2, and 1 dot. And it comes right from the information right over here. Nothing to do with me. I barely chose anything. Whatever I do is done from the rules and regulations of the game that was given and bestowed upon every single lucky human being. And when I mean lucky, it means anybody that can see me now is considered lucky. Not because they see me, but because they see me, I'm assuming they have internet. Number one, if they have internet, they can research everything I do, because whatever I do can be found online. It can be found online. Online. 29. So now we have to look up the word online. Just to note, ora. Just to note that now I saw a word. Hold on a second. I have to breathe. I forgot to breathe. So ora is the golden the golden angel. Ra. What is Ra? There's supposed to be Raphael, Rael that is coming. It's a resident angel. The R letter is the 18th letter. 9 times 9, 9 plus 9. 3 by 33 is 99. Jupiter is 99. As well, 13 is 99. It comes in basically of two words, third and teen, T-H-I-R, teen. Teen, the numeric value for teen is 44, but can also be broken down into EN, which is a two-letter assembly of words for one thing or another, but 19 is its total, related to the sun and the moon for the relationship, that there's two letters. Every letter is always 27 reversed to the next letter. Two letters making it have a value of 54 as long as they're not the reverse letters themselves. So the two letters create the sun. And the 19, which is two letters, I now reach what is the numeric value that will fit into solidifying it into the gold, because it's two letters, so I'm only going to go two. But the third dimension of the number 19 reaches the evaluation of the moon. The moon equaling to electric communication, and all communication is pliable. That's why you just can't hack the mail, because you don't want to change somebody's information. And information, is it the silver or the value of the information that determines whether it's gold, silver, or bronze? Just knowing it's information, irregardless what information, because it could be fake gold, is that one part of the communication is the gold. Is it the information that you send, and the gold is the transport or the stamp to where the post office that delivers the information, that the operator that transfers the information, that the truck that delivers the goods, which is the information on the manifest, man I fest, towards the east I go. Remember, left and right. If you get up on the left side of the bed, on the wrong side of bed, you'd probably be better off. Left is blue and right is red, because it was determined, I saw the other day, that those who are liberal and on the right, they got off on the right side of the bed. They're liberal, they're hot, they're the devil. But if you got on the wrong side of the bed, you're cold, you're blue, and you're a boy. But red is supposed to be for the girl. Sorry, not for the girl, for the devil, because the girl's supposed to be pink. You know, boys and girls, when you get a little bit older, I'm not sure what color I become, but I know what I began as. So let me get back to this. You doing okay there, girl? I'm going to give her a little ear rub, eh? We get a little ear rub? Ooh, got an ear rub. I know you got an ear rub. You like that, eh? You hate that, eh? Do you like that or you hate that? You like it or you hate it? Keep looking into the camera. You like it or you hate it? What's going on? Ear rub. Ah, ear rub. You must hate it. You're running away. No, don't bite me. Ow, ow, you're biting me. You biting me? Give me eyes. Come on, give me eyes. Okay, so we're going to go back to this now. So here, when this began, when I started talking about this, I was talking about the 26 letters of the alphabet, right? So now that I have this on this side, right, sometimes I like to do a little bit of cheating, okay? Right, and the cheating shows up right over here. No, I won't do it. I won't cheat. Okay, I'm just going to show you over here. Over here is the same thing as over here. Here's the first 13 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Okay, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wait, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then you have the same thing over here. Now what I'm going to do is why do I have numbers going down here? Well, these are linear numbers going down. They're the higher numbers. So did you see 7, 9, 11, 13? Well, when we pick up these dice over here, I think you're sitting on them. Can you get up a little bit? You're sitting on them. Just let me go into your belly here. No, it's okay. It's okay. Stay there. I don't know where they went. I think they're in the kitchen. Hold on a second. Let me move this big book out of the way with the Antichrist on it and etc. Let me move this away. I have to find those dice. Look at that energy, eh? Look at my fingers. Look at the extension of my fingers. See if I can shove this right in front of the camera. Can I shove it in front of the camera? How is it possible that my fingers are doing that, eh? See my fingers? Okay, I'm back. Okay. Okay, so where was I? Wow, they took that away from us. I was taking out these dice to do something and I forget now. So I'm going to just rewind myself for a second because I don't remember. Are you loyal? Royal and loyal. So when you come to loyal, right? Oh yes, the yellow. Sorry, remember I said yellow, yellow, red, and blue have to come together, and they both have to do with royalty. If it has to do with royalty, does it have anything to do with the deck of cards, the spade, the club, the diamond, and the heart? To note that the point of the heart could be, right? What is the stand to the spade and the stand, the support? I'm going to get back to what those dice were, right? When you have a club, right? What you actually have is you have a heart here. But when you look at the deck of cards, it's cut off over here. Almost like when you put on a baseball glove. You know what I'm saying? These two, these three fold into these two, maybe. Like when your baseball glove. I'm just thinking because you have 3 here and 2 here, and that's your, your 5. You see the one on this side? I mean, maybe they turned the glove the other way. I don't know. I'm just making this up, just thinking. And then what happens if I had another heart over here, and then another heart over here? I'm just trying to think. It looks like a lot of chickens. But I was talking about these dice and bowling and this over here. Yes. I remember now. Okay. So what it is if you're going to look at the 7 and you see 6 and 6, right? So when you have 6 and 6, 1 and 5, 6, right? I think we've done this before.
We have 1, 5, and if I flip this over, it'll be 6 and 2. So we have 6 and 2. And then we have 3 and 3, 6. And if I flip it over, I have 4 and 4, 6. 4 and 4, 8. Now we got 8. Now we got 8. Now we got 6. Now we got 6. Now we go 2 and 4 equals to 6. We have what is 5 and 3 equals to 8. The dividing gate of electric company. This one becomes rotation in the sun, division between night and day. This is where Mars and the cube fits in. The reason for this is the mathematics. This becomes 8 and 6. It divides the seventh gate, reduces 10. A, B, C, D. This becomes 9 and 6. It becomes 1/3. It becomes 15. The beginning of pi is 3.1415, 6592. Here's your 6. Here's your 5. And when you add these together, it's 29, or 9 and 2. The beginning of pi, 3.1415926.5. And by the way, this here, 14 and 15, is just after when you finished 12 and 13, and then you reconnect the second part of the alphabet over here. And then this one ends up to be where the student comes in, the horse, right over here. The multiplication and addition is 5 and 6 equals to 11. N-O-K. If you want to look at the letters, and then you'll have B, F, E. Now, I don't know what it says yet. I'm not really looking into it. I do see the combination over here come together. Did I get that right? 14th letter is N. Why did this? Let me see why. Oh, yes, 1 plus 4 equals to 5, creating that. So when you see EN in a word together, it's possibly telling you this story, division of the seventh gate. And this is electrical. 3 and 5 shows me electrical. The cap, or the center, is 7 and 5, or 5 and 7, where 5 and 3 go together, equaling to what is 10, 10. This is telling me about CC or XX, depending on how you want to look at it. The value in Roman numerals is 10, but when you multiply it, it creates 100. So it becomes sex. The reverse alphabet is within itself. C is the reverse of X. It's a very rarity that this will happen. So you end up with your 10, 10 inside this. And then what this is this is moon electric. I really don't know too much about this. I can tell you different ways to create it. And it's through the Sky Pass 55, which is created from base value 16, which this is part of a day value. Where do I get this information from? When you multiply 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals to 7 and 6. When you multiply 7 times 6, 7 plus 6, it becomes 42 and 13 equaling to 55. When you multiply 55, it becomes 25 and 10 equaling to 35. And this is where we get this number. This number will then turn into what is 15 and 8 equaling to 23. This is going to say, if I multiply any of these by 3, right? See, this one can only be multiplied by 2, and then it has to be added to a single digit, because I have to follow the rules of numbers. One of those rules of numbers is once you reach to 100, you must stop there and add it to a single digit. Just to make it fair, I can't go over 100 because I have that. I could go over 100, like this would be 105, and then I'm just going to say it's 15. Otherwise, I'm going to go 35 and 35 is 70, and then I'm going to go like this. 5 plus 0 is 5. 3 plus 7 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1, and I get the same denomination again. This is electric moon. This one over here is created from the value of 12. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals to 3, and 2 equaling to 5. Equaling to 5. This one is going to go and equal to 11, number 15 and 23. Okay, will both equal 11. This will be 5 and 6, 11. This will be 6 and 5, 11. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3. 6 and 5, 11. They will then create 41, which enacts itself to be equal to the mirror of itself, 1441. The word king, the word home comes into that. This over here is also a piece of a description in the game where if you have, if you in blackjack, when you win, they pay you to the odds of 3-2 for a blackjack. Well, 3-2 means if you put $8 out, you are going to get $12 in return. Now, with this one over here, it becomes if you put $8 out, you're going to get 1.5 times 8 equaling to 12. So these two end up being the same in this way of calculating as they do in this way of calculating. The same as where number 35 and 27 come together. They will both give me a piece of information that tells me a story, where with 3 and 5 gives me 15 and 8, but 2 and 7 gives me 14 and 9, and both of them equate to 23. In the house of the big red sun, I become life, the house of bait. 2 times 7, 2 plus 7 equal 14 and 9, 23. And the story I read you is because number 23 is W. Number 9, ninth letter is I. The 14th letter is N. The second letter is B with I, and the 7th letter is G. Win big. The total of 27 repeated twice or once. It is big red, and it is big red sun. 54, 27, 46, 18. 1999. Win big red sun. 23, 32, 42, 46. 11 and 7. 7 come 11 in big. So this is what this tells me, and this is the beginning of pi. When I total these two out, it'll create number 62, and that's where the queen comes in. So in many situations, I'm just going to stop for a second, let's take a little tea. In many situations, I see the queen coming out with Mars. I see the queen coming out with Mars. And we're always mentioning Mars. Well, take away the RS that goes together, right? And I have to remember why I said that. I don't remember why I said take away R. Yes. In the word Mars, to change the word Mars to man, you just put M-A-N in place of the R. But let's just forget about that little thing because you can do anything. You have Marseille, which is a place in France. And all the things that go with Mars. There's so many things. Another thing in Mars, the S, anytime you put an S at the end of a word, the word would be RAM without the S. And with the S, it's a plural. And when it's a plural, it means more than one. So when we're talking about the RAM planet, we're talking about more than one RAM. Okay. Now, when you talk about RAM, we can talk about other things to do with RAM. In your computer, you have RAM. In your computer, you have gigabytes. Number 27 in the house of bait is B and G. You can have gigabyte. You can have tera, meaning earth, terabytes. All right. Byte, bet. Instead of it being the energy, it's the birth within the energy. It's the matter. It's the information that goes with inside the house.
You don't need a house. You don't need a room. You don't need any doors. You don't need a ceiling. You don't need any temperature when you don't have with what to put in it. But when you have with what to put in it, you now have the house. The numeric value for house is number 68. And the numeric value for planet is number 68. Have you ever heard the expression, are you here on this planet?
So let me show you now what I'm going to do with this. When you see 6 here and 6 there, right? I'm just going to write that out. I'm going to put that out here. Right? Let me see. Number 6 goes there. Right? And number 6 goes here. Let me see if I can move them over a little bit. Right? 6 and 6 to the lower planet, 9 and 9 to the upper planet. Now we're going to shift over to the next board. So number 8 goes right over here. Right there. So if I move it over, it goes right over here. It connects both 6 and 6. Okay, together from the, and it brings 7 and 9 together. So your number 8, 7, 8, 9 will bring the 9 and the 7 together. So when you pick up these dice over here and you look for number 9, 6, and 3, 9, I have to see, right? See the 9 right over here? I have to see that the 9 is in with these guys over here. So when I take it and I turn it this way, 5 on this side, 9 on this side, 9 on this side, 5 on this side, 5 on this side, 9 on this side, 9 on this side, and 9 over there. So the equation works. It works on this. It works with the design. Now we're going to look for number 8. So what is 8 supposed to do? 8 is supposed to join 6 and 6. Now 6 and 6 used to be a roadway in the to pass all the small cities, and that roadway was changed to a major highway, and I like to say Highway 80. They changed it to the different highways, so I want to study a little bit how 66 became 80 and what other highways were made in replacing 66, because to replace 66, you might also need what is 88, unless they're talking about this 6. And these are box cars. So then we were going to have to talk about something else. And the reverse of 2 and 12 coming together are both noted to be what is craps. Okay. And this would turn out to be 2 and 3. 1 plus 2 equals to 3. Where one spirit came into the game. And the only way for this to come into the game, the only way for 3 to be, it had to be 2 and 2 in order to be it. And this stands for the word ape. And it also stands for an expression in a game in which there's blackjack of the 21 dots. And when you get 22 dots, you bust. Inside this game, you must start off this way. The 22nd letter is V. V is for life. Also to note that I and E is an expression for example. It's also the 5th and the 9th letter. And with inside of that, what you have in numbers is you have 5 and 9, you have 6 and 8, and then you have 7. So should I be counting up this way? I cannot do that in gematria because this number turns to a 6 and this number turns back to a 5. That's what they're doing in gematria. So that's when you put it up here and you're living between these two worlds. So as we live here, and as we are here, I'm assuming we end up living up here. They join these two, control it from down here center, and they bring it up here, making the cross, 2 crosses, 1 cross right side up. I'm not sure if I should do it here. 1 cross right side up. Should I do it that way? Let me just take that away. Well, it's not straight in the center. I don't like that it's not straight. Let me see if I can get that straight over here. And then we'd have the other cross. I'm just trying to see if we fit this over here. See, this would have to be on this side. And then I'd have to have another one on this side. And then I'd have another one. I'm just trying to see where it would fit, this next one. Not exactly sure how it fits in, but you get my drift, right? I'm going to take this away. So what happens now is number 8 goes right over here. And when we take these dice, and you see 3 and 3, right? You also see 4 and 4, 6 and 8. But in this one, unlike 5 and 9, you end up seeing 1 and 1, 6 and 6, 4 and 4, to where on one side you're going to see 5, right? Whoop. I think I just switched it all around. Is that it? So on one side you'll see 5, the other side you'll see 2 or 5. Whoop, I can't, or you'll see 2 or 5. So it'll be 2, 5, and 2, 5, and 2, 5, and 2, 5. So this is what's happening on this. I can't get into the stories right now. I'm showing you what the possibilities are. They're actually not possibilities. They're actually absolutes. Only when you throw the dice does it become a probability, right? But everything is an actuality in creation. We move our gears to be that way. So when we do this, right, we're going to have 2 and 6, 8. We have 2 and 6, 8. We have 5 and 1. Now, this is our base for our game. It is the number 1 and the number 2. The highest one that you can get is the 6, right? And the highest one, you can only get the 5, because the 6 is on the other side of the 1, and here the 5 is on the other side of the 2. This is why these are your highest dice, where we bring 8 and 4, Pluto, into the game, to where we bring 3 and 7 into the game. 7, 3, 3, 7, 10, and 8 and 4, 12. This becomes 3 to the void with a 6 dot, and this becomes 1 to the void with 8 dot. Unless we do this, we remove all totals that we see. I'm getting a little complicated here. This would be a 6 dot, and this would be a 4 dot. Get rid of all the duplication. Sorry, and this would be a 5 dot over here. Get rid of this 1 because it's already parent. So this is the way I understand all my equations. So now we can see the relevance to where 8 is in its place because it goes with 6. And the same thing with when we go 9 and then we go 11. When we show 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 3, we flip it over, and now we have 6 and 5, 11. 11 and 3, 3 and 11, and we look over here, 3 and 11. There are no other 3 and 11s. And then we go to 13. There is no 13. So what do we need to do with 13? Is there a way to get 13? 8 and let me see. Here is one way to get the 13. I think this is the one of 2 ways to get the 13. If we're talking about the voided dots over here, there's 8 voided here, there's 5 voided here, 5 and 8 are 13, unless I count down to 4. 1 plus 3 equals to 4. So is 1 the reverse of 4? We cannot throw 2 dice for 1, but what we can do is, instead of 1, we can have this scenario. We can have 5 and 5, 10, okay, which equals to 5 plus 5 equals to 10. which equals to 1 plus 0 is 1. And if I flip this over, I have 2 plus 2 equals to 4. Lo and behold, now we have 6 and 4 equals to 10 equals to 1. And we flip it over, and we see 1 and 3 equals to 4. So we now have the same thing. We have our 10, we have our 13. Here's the rules and regulations inside the dice, and everything works out absolutely beautiful. So now we have our two worlds come together, and we start our world right over here. What is that 20? To understand that, I'm just trying to see that the 20th letter, right, in our alphabet now is the T letter. When we count T minus counting, counting by ones, counting by the movement of time. One, the spirit, the movement of time. So this is the way that is. So now you see the 1 and 1 are next to each other. I'm just going to just go up here. Let me see something. 7. Let me create something here. I just want to see something. Let me take off maybe everything I did. Okay, so that's 7. This is 9. This is 11. It's not perfect. This is 11. Whoa, that's not good. Hold on a second. So we're going to go like this. 11. That's a little big, eh? What do you think? We're going to go 9, 11. Whoop. 13, 15. So now we're going to do it from the other side now. We're going to go, whoop. We're going to go here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go whoops, sorry. I think I let my camera go down like I fell asleep for a second. Boy, I don't like it that size. Okay. Well, that's a little small, eh? There you go. There you go, little chickadee. Then you go over here, you go 11. Okay, so now what you can actually see what's going on is if you play the game of pool, right, you can note that you can be playing just in this area over here with your pool balls, right? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think your 16 balls would fit into this over here. But what happens is number 15 is over here on this side. If you're 13 all the way to 15, it went to that side of the board. So when you're playing, right, when you're playing pool, you have to note that your 15 is in the other world. Your 15 is in the other world. Your Mars is in this world 6 and in this world 6. The 1 is at the bottom. The 6 is at the top over here. Now, when you pick up the dice, your 1-6 becomes your 1-6. So the same artwork is done for the beginning as it is for the end. And I see there's nobody left over here. Everybody is left, but that's okay. I know everybody has to go to bed.
Thank you for being here. For those who are no longer here, let me see. Okay, I see that. Okay, I get it. And yeah, nobody's left. If you're still here, let me know because um, I'm just going to end. I'm going to do so. So you saw what happens with the pool. You saw what happens with the dice. You understood number 66. The only thing I didn't do was the bowling. So if you get to this point and you say, "Hey, I wanted to see the bowling's going to be in the next video." Okay, so we're going to talk about the bowling in the next video. Um, I'm going to try to bring up all the combinations of the cubes. Yes, I did want to finish with you the fingers, and I'm also going to bring up the fingers in the next video again. This is for the next video. So let me finish with the fingers. So since we have the first finger, okay, we counted from both ends. So that means this has to be 84 times 2. 168, there's 168 hours in a week. This one, right, I'm going to do times 2 equals 168. Actually, I did them all, right? So it actually should be for every single foot we have, it should actually be times 4 is what it should be. Let me do this right. Let me not write this out. I don't want to talk off my hat, right? I'm going to do times 2 and then times 2. Maybe for the toes, maybe the toes will be the negative and the fingers will be the positive, unless we run that over to our thumbs. But anyways, 2 times 84 is 168. This equals to 336, which is 12 times 28 equals this. This has to do with the 12 moons, the female. The 13th moon was added on, male. So now what we're going to do, okay, is the thumb and the pinky and the thumb. Now we're going to do the center finger and the third finger and the eighth finger and the 13th finger and the 18th finger. And that's all she wrote. 31 and 11 equals to 42. 11, 24, 34, 42. So we're just going to have that times 4 equals to 168. It's half as much. It's half the numbers. They all equal to 84. They all add up to the numbers in a week. Now, if you do this properly and go 84 and 84 and 42 is 168 plus 42. 170, 220. Did I get that right? 10. If we add to a single digit, it goes like this: 8, 8, and 4. And it's funny, okay, it's funny that earlier on in this video, I went 4 by 4 is 16, 2.5 times 8 is 20. I was looking for 2016. Very important that 2016, just to note that 76 times 76 equals 5776, which is also the year. When we got to the year 2000, we started to run the same numbers. 6 by 6, 36. 3, 6 by 6 times this is 456. 6 times 6, 36. 6 times 7, 42. This becomes 8. This becomes 7. But did I get that right? Whoa. I just did something wrong. What did I do? 6 by 6 is 36. 6 by 7 is 42. Okay. So we have 420, right?
So we have 456, right? Now what we have is 7. So we have 7 times 6 is 42, and then we have 49, right? So 7 by 6, 42 and 49, that'd be 1 and 8, 8, 10. Is that what it is? 7 by 6 is 42, and then 4 is 49, is 53. Is that right? Where's my calculator? Oh, here it is. 7 times 76 equals 532. So it's 532, 0. Six times 6, 36, 3. 6, 36, 3. 6 at 42. Oh, right. I'm supposed to carry the 0 down here. That's why. So now I have 6. Now I have 7. Now I have 7. Now I have 5. 5, 7, 7, 6. Remember, I was speaking to you before. We need 7 and 6 to come together, and we need 7 and 8 to come together. One side of the gateway. It's another thing. That's right. The two sides of the gateway, 67 and 78. I forgot to talk about that also. So this in Hebrew time is 5760. 5760 is the year 2000. So 5076 is the year 2016, in which look at that, 75088. It's absolutely perfect. The portal, the king and the queen, it's all absolutely perfect. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. That's it for now. Cheers. Thank you for being here. Love y'all. Let's spread the word. If you can help out the channel, that'd be fantastic. That's the only way I can make it out here. Need to buy some pens and paper and etc.